Can they get the catch onto him as well? There's the Hex again.
Unreal. Big plays, good moves, and flyby with the perfect itemization.
Yeah, wow. I didn't even see that it had gotten just delivered at that moment, and it's perfect timing for them to get the catch. Nothing to say. He gets his BKB up, but dies immediately right afterwards.
Look at that damage done as well by Alacrity in that fight. He's having an amazing game. And you look now, this DD rune down bottom. I mean, we'll take a look at this again. Nothing to say, just far forward and didn't know about the Hex.
They're so confident of their position, and then boom, everybody layers everything perfect. Look at Felix, how careful he is with the punch too, waiting for the perfect time to synergize with it. Yeah, you couldn't ask for more from Knights here.
Thinking about that, like, timing, how different it could have been if this Hex had been finished by Nothing to Say instead. I mean, it probably still would have died there, but regardless, that one really hurts. And Knights, all of a sudden, 10K gold lead, looking to try and get the huge upset in 2-0 LGD here.
Definitely looking more and more possible, even though they're versus that Spectre. They've got the answers. This is unreal.
You take a look at the graphs in this one, at least, and how it's been going. You look at that drop-off there after that last fight. It is all looking Knights right now, still showing the power that Spectre could have at 40%, but scary stuff.
Scary stuff indeed. Forcing a Spectre to go for a BKB. That always tells a tale right on its own. He's literally getting coiled and then Requiem feared and gets killed off during it. So that does need some type of preventative measure.
You can see Nothing to Say recognizing what sort of caused some of that is going to go back for the Shivas now. Only 17 armor.
Okay.
Of course, when the SF's right on top of them, it's a lot less than that.
Yeah, that's scary now because then Alacrity, he's got all the possibilities in the world. I think maybe they also saw that he got the Lincolns, so they're like, all right, this, even when I get the Hex, it's not going to be as effective, so just wants to be a little bit more survivable. Yeah, Knights, they're shaking LGD up completely.
This has been really impressive to watch. They have the gem on flyby. Knights in the smoke and now find Shiro. Oh, he gets out of there just barely. Show for a second on mid, maybe. Do they want to dive this tier 2 here? It's kind of crazy.
They have a DD on Ego. He is hitting ridiculously hard right now.
I think it's about to wear off, though, in a second. He's still got a little bit of time left over.
They see Shiro.
And they get him. Oh, the DD was wearing off, but it came too late. The damage is there. Alacrity gets the last hit, but SF is big, large, in charge. Maybe going to kill him off, too.
Oh, my God.
Didn't get a chance to do a thing. That's with the talent. Alacrity jumps in, finds more, flyby right on top, has the gem. Knights are going to completely disrupt LGD.
I think they've done it.
And take a dominant advantage in this.
It's 70 seconds. That's going to be at least a Rax that they can go for here. It's literally at the tail ends of the DD. They find the perfect catch, the Hex. Knights.
Dude, this team, I mean, nobody expected this one to come on in here and make this happen, but showing why, you know, in game 1, they gave up the Lina. In this one, they had a clear idea of what they wanted to accomplish around this Brood, around this SF. And they're looking perfect.
And this is with them losing that Aegis early on. Imagine they'd gotten the first Aegis, how much more dominant this would be.
Dude,
tier 4s.
They're
going to end this.
Knights wanting to end this game right now. They find the Hex. There's on to Nothing to Say. He's in trouble.
He's
going
dead.
to die. No buyback for him. And Knights, eyes on the prize, smiles abound for all this team as they're going to end this game off and finish it in a 2-0.
I am so impressed. They call GG. Holy crap. I mean, yeah. Wow. Even though they lose the Aegis, they're so confident in their plays with the way they're moving around the map. I am so impressed actually with Knights, like no words.
I mean, and again, like we saw these players, we looked at them at the beginning. I think that, you know, the name not really that well known, but the players are fairly known and they put together a really solid performance. The fact that they take down LGD here is crazy.
It's more than crazy, really, because like it's the Spectre who, of course, is able to. Stupid chair keeps spinning. The Spectre, which steals the Aegis, and it looks like they do have this like great advantage. You see even the Dota buff and everything, it's saying like 70% chance. They are taking these good fights, but Knights, they're making the better fights, and they're confident. They kept going for it. Even though they're playing into the Aegis, they were the ones making these aggressive moves, constantly dictating pace. Yeah, this is super impressive.
It says something about the team as a whole. There it is. Good job. It says something about the team as a whole. Good job, buddy. That after that sort of what could, for other teams could be a heart-wrenching moment of feeling like you built up this lead and then get it taken away, that they're able to recognize, hey, we're still strong. I don't care about the Aegis. We're just going to run at you, make that fight happen. Really, really cool stuff from Knights, and I'm expecting big things from them to go forward. I mean, taking down LGD now, they've got a pretty good path to the major. We'll see if they can make it happen and can continue this going forward. But for now, let's head on back to the panel.
I'm not even sure what to say with this one. Knights 2-0 LGD. They looked great, LGD, in the past 2 times that we had seen them. Knights having, you know, a moment of glory, but also definitely showing some weaknesses. But in this series, and especially in this game too, Kezu, it just felt like Knights understood everything that they had to do to not only match LGD's playstyle, but also the draft that was there.
Like, I think Knights actually outplayed LGD for the biggest parts of the game. I also really like when they defended their mid tower. They have this tree end. I think LGD perhaps overplaying that part a little bit and, you know, trying too hard to take this tower. But they respond very nicely. They had this coil and Requiem, which we saw like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 times in a game. And I just loved how they played their lineup and how they executed their team fights. But I also think that this is one of their most comfortable drafts that, at least throughout this DPC, that they have played.
It's also, I feel like, for Alacrity at least, he's played Puck 2 times in a row. It's like, I think it was the scoreline is like 19, 2, and 30 or something. Like, he's had an insane series on this hero. And I think it boils down to PSG. We praised their drafts before this series, but in this series, they went for a lot of skirmishing with lack of clean CC. So when Alacrity just sees it, all right, just pick me Puck, let me play my game. And when they're always pairing it with ways to break the core, be it Rubik in game 1, the Shadow Fiend Fury in game 2, it just gives them insurance throughout the fight that there's always some way to make those outplays. And we mentioned it during the draft, like for Knights lineup, they're going to be dominant early on. They're going to be dominant around Roshan. They're going to be able to like group up and punish PSG. PSG needs to kind of bide their time for Spectre to get that lead. But Knights just never allowed them to get that lead. It was extremely impressive, the speed and pace that they just choked PSG out the map.
It did feel like there was a moment, though, that LGD did have